as long as I'm not an individual, my whole thinking is different. Right? My thinking is not individualistic. My thinking is the common ground on which we stand. If there is a change in one consciousness, a part of it affects the whole. The group consciousness, collective consciousness.
Yes, I accept that.
If you accept that, then our education is not individualistic education, but the education which is to empty the content of one's consciousness. Greed, envy, fear, sorrow, beliefs, all that kind of collective thing which is collective.
Yes.
And is that possible?
Well, I think it's possible. I think it is possible, but I don't know that it's possible through education.
Let's forget the word education.
All right.
Is that possible for this consciousness, which is common consciousness, for that consciousness which is now in me, can that content be transformed, not gradually, but immediately? That's the question he has been raising and sticking to that. So am I.
Can we also make the implication from that that if that happens, that in turn affects the collective consciousness?
Of course.
Therefore, a new factor is added or injected into that totality of consciousness.
Yes, but it wouldn't mean that everybody else would immediately undergo the same transformation, would it?
Well,
it might make it easier for subsequent
yes.
people.
Are we making a mistake to try and make it numerically everybody? I mean, that's such an absolute that...
Well, we're talking about we're talking about the fact that we're related to the collective and things affect other people. So I'm just trying to realise to what extent they affect other people, whether we're talking about it.
I think we can't measure it.
Yes, if we can...
Well, we're talking numerically, we're talking about people and other people and all other members of the human race.
We're also talking qualitatively. It's not just a matter of numbers. We're talking qualitatively about a qualitative change.
I know, but what I'm asking is if this qualitative change occurs in one person, in a sense it affects other people, other members of the human race. But I'm simply asking the question, in what way does it affect them? Does it affect them as making easier the potential for change in them? In other words, would it make it easier for them to undergo the same sort of change? Would they themselves have to undergo it? I mean, it might make it easier for them to do it, lower the threshold, as it were, for this change to occur in others. What sort of effect does it have? That's really what I'm asking.
So as we came to yesterday, we are collection of memories. You agree to that?
Yes.
Completely collection of memories.
No, we didn't say completely.
What's that?
We agreed that.
We didn't say this completely.
Oh, I see, partial. No, let's come to a point. I say complete. My tradition, belief, the whole cultural, educational movement is to cultivate memory. And when I say my whole consciousness is memory, you say no, partly, which means there's some part in me or in that consciousness which is not memory. I say, how can that be? That may also be another memory which I have sublimated.
But you yourself refuted that by bringing up the subject of love.
No, just don't go back to that for the moment. I'm trying to find out if the whole of my consciousness is memory, how can one go beyond all that? That's my question. Not I have a part somewhere hidden in me which is not memory. That's the Hindu concept, different Christian concept, and so on. There is in me certain clarity of heaven, which is guiding, which is helping, which is shaping. Personally, I don't accept that. That's also part of my tradition, which has been handed down to me, which is my breaking.